Starfield's Outpost Building has left many of us wanting more. Sure, there's plenty of foundation with potential, with cargo linking to connect resources between planets, animal husbandry facilities, and greenhouses, but am I the only one that was expecting so much more at launch? Bethesda recognizes that the building mechanics they've implemented give off the appearance that they were kind of just an afterthought, right? Not created to be an expansive experience on day one. So I think we actually have a lot to look forward to in the form of major feature additions coming to Starfield's building system. In a recent interview, Todd Howard stated that with modding, you will be able to do almost anything, just like in previous works. Mod support will be available next year, but we love it too, so we'll do it in a big way. It's been confirmed for a while now that mod support in the creation kit for Starfield will happen in 2024. And that's really when, for me, the game is really going to open up. Just like with Elder Scrolls and Fallout, mod support is what gives Bethesda games longevity, allowing us to always have something to do, even 5 or 10 years down the road. But with Starfield, the opportunities are going to be so much bigger. I've seen a lot of people talking about a full-on Star Wars galaxy with popular locations to visit like Tatooine or Coruscant, and new Star Wars related quest lines to come along with it, or an absurd amount of new ways to build ships and replicas of any popular sci-fi movies. But what I'm probably most excited about, and I don't see any possibility where this doesn't happen, is full-on colony and city building. I'm not a modder. It's unlikely I'll have the time or the mental bandwidth to go out and use mod tools to develop my own planet or city. So what I'm talking about is a new building menu that allows you to choose between countless buildings and NPCs with purposes that can be added to basically any location on any planet that you want. The easiest and likely first iteration of this we might see is a porting over of the settlement system from Fallout 4, minus all the hate of Preston Garvey.
I've had word from a settlement asking for help.
Shut up!
Personally, I thought settlement building was a really cool feature and could translate really well to Starfield's universe. I'm honestly not even sure why this wasn't a function of the base game. In the context of Fallout 4 settlements, imagine this. You pull up on some random planet with ample resources. It's obvious that setting up an extraction outpost is in your best interest here. So with the now implemented settlement system, you build extractors, but they need to be manned by personnel, of which you'll either have to find from completing mini quests for random NPCs that upon completion will agree to come work for you, or maybe you can hire them outright in big cities, or build a radio beacon to send out a signal that attracts more settlers to your colony. But once you set them up to run a group of extractors, you're not done yet. They need food, water, which also needs to be kept up by NPCs at farms, and they'll need sleeping quarters with a bed to keep them hard at work, and maybe some other amenities to keep them engaged with your prosperous new community, like traders, bars, animal domestication, or greenhouses. But spacers and other enemies will try to take your resources and intermittently raid your colonies, so you'll also have to build up defenses. To me, this just sounds like it would go crazy in Starfield. Sure, some tweaking would be necessary, as much of this kind of became tedious and boring in Fallout 4 after a while. Like maybe if the settlers aren't happy with the conditions or whatever, they'll start leaving. The possibilities that will come when either Bethesda or modders, likely modders, implement new systems to building are immense. Take what I've done here. Did anybody else seriously think that they were going to find a vault or something on Earth? I mean, I guess every inch of the surface hasn't been explored yet, but since starting Starfield, I've wanted to see a random vault door that leads down to a bustling community full of lively vault dwellers that never left so bad. But since I've seen nothing of the sort, I decided to repopulate Earth on my own, spreading my seed across what used to be New York City. By spreading my seed, of course I mean spawning in my fellow galactic brethren using commands, as the console becomes their daddy, wiping me clean of any parental responsibilities. Now, I decided to build my first little mock colony with the tools that I have for now as a remodeling and reoccupation of the Empire State Building, because so far it's my favorite landmark on Earth. Using mostly console commands, which are all listed in the description below, I was able to build an abundance of sleeping quarters for all the settlers stationed here, stairs that lead down to a mess hall where I've put up a TV only so far, but I'm going to try to put in a ping pong and a pool table soon. Below that is the trading sector where we have a little shop and a few trade authority booths so I can buy and sell goods when I'm here. I also built a massive annex that leads into the Empire State Building. This is Bartholomew, but I just call him Bart the Fart. He kind of smells like the childhood friend's house blankets, like a maple syrup and dehydrated piss kind of deal. Anyways, when I open up the airlock, the exterior of the skyscraper creates a barrier to where I can't actually travel inside. I'm hoping to find a workaround for this so I can start building an entire base in the interior. Really, the point of all of this is we are barely scratching the surface of the future capabilities of Starfield and what all we're going to be able to do in time. I'm going to be on the lookout for mods we can use that substantially change the experience to keep you guys in the loop on. Like this one here. Using a couple different mods, I was able to make an Aurora manufacturing facility, allowing me to become a drug kingpin. Something I've been trying to do since the beginning, but the base game's recipe for Aurora prevents you from doing that. Check it out.